let me introduce myself. I am a founding partner of Sustain. It's a circular economy consulting company based in Spain, and I am a member of Sustainability Commission at PIMEC, one of the largest SMEs association in Europe, based in Catalonia, Spain. And today, I would like to share with you our experience with our work with SMEs promoting the green transition. We have been working to bring sustainability closer to them for years, and especially since 2017, we are trying to promote circular economy implementation within their business models, products, and services. So today, I would like to share with you our findings and the work we are doing right now since 2017. Okay. One of the main things to start with is like I think we all of us know about the European Green Deal, but one of the problems we found with the SMEs is that they barely know about this. They barely know about the different policy areas. They barely know about how the policy areas, different strategies and initiatives are going to affect them either in a positive or a negative way. They don't have resources either to access to some funding and innovation instruments, and there is a lot of uncertainty about how the different European directives are going to be grounded in the different member states, and especially here in Spain. So they don't have a good knowledge about the strategies and then the different initiatives coming from different policy areas as well. So this is one of the first problems. We have been working, as I said before, since 2017 with dissemination activities and services program to help them to orient their business products and services to this framework, and especially since 2019, where the Green Deal born. Well, we made some disseminations activities to bring the different policy areas from European Green Deal for the SMEs, and we are focusing on all the sectors, but especially I have more experience about sustainable industry, and well, there are a lot of things coming, but as a general conclusion, my opinion and the findings we are seeing is that they have a lot of uncertainty about how this sustainable industry with different strategies, the plastics, the circular economy action plan, the digitalization plans, and all these things are going to affect them either positive or negatively. And going more in detail to the circular economy action plan, so it's very clear that there is a sustainable product policy framework that is coming, and the eco-design directive is going to be changed into a more, let's say, wider thing, the sustainable the product initiative. So the SMEs have to be adapted to this new framework from the beginning, from the conception phase, when they are trying to conceive a business model or a product or a system or a service. So they don't have a lot of information, and also that they don't have, most of them, the skills needed to understand even how to implement these sustainability initiatives or the eco-design principles into their activities. So this is one of the main things, and of course the SME is included in the key product value chains like electronics, TICs, ICTs, batteries, vehicles, packaging, plastics, textile, construction and buildings, food and water. So one of the main things we have to do is to tell them what is going on, and what is the upcoming things that they could affect them in the next future. Because, for example, well, the plastics directive today is not transposed yet from the directive into a law or in Spain, but there are some doubts about how finally the regulations are gonna affect them. And this is more or less the same thing with other initiatives within the Green Deal, and especially with the Circular Economy Action Plan as well. So what we are trying to do is train them. We are trying to develop some services to support them in this transition and to promote the eco-innovation of products, services, and process for all of the sectors. And we always think that the first thing to do is that they have to make a diagnosis about which is the strengths, weaknesses, threats, and opportunities they have in order to create and to develop a roadmap to transform their SMEs or to adapt their companies to this circular economy and sustainable model. So we always have to think about the triple impact, because we are not just thinking about the environmental impact. Of course, the products and services are to be feasible in the economical part, but for example, the Sustainable Product Initiative is mentioning that we have to consider the social aspect when we are designing a business model, a product as a service. On top of that, we have to adapt the SMEs, or we have to promote that the SMEs we have to be oriented to circular economy principles and try to find business opportunities in different kind of recirculations. Either if they're trying to promote a circular business model itself, or if they can add a value in the different kind of recirculations that the circular economy model is, let's say, promoting or pushing. And the third thing to think or to consider is the life cycle approach. There is a very important initiative from the European Commission that it is the green procurement, and especially green public procurement. So at least in Spain, there is a law that the public administration has to follow in order to consider the life cycle in the purchasing or acquisition of products and services. So all the SMEs that have to work with the public administration have to adapt their activities and operations and businesses to consider these new requirements that are coming. It is starting. So another problem is that the public administration sometimes don't know how to apply this, how to define the requirements for the supply chain, and how to evaluate the different proposals they can receive when they are publishing a tender. So more or less, we have to be in mind as SMEs these three concepts: the triple impact, the circular economy orientation, and the life cycle approach. And what we are doing, especially to promote circular economy principles implementation within the SMEs, is like, well, we developed in 2017 Circular Economy Services Program. And at that time, we defined different kind of services. And the first one was a kind of a circularity assessment in order to identify, as I said before, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in order to help them to identify opportunities for the green transition. And last year, we finished the development of a tool that it is a diagnosis tool that is for free. So they're completing a survey online, and it is for free, and it could be around 45 minutes. And this tool is generating an automatic PDF report for them. And this report is giving the particular SMEs the trends that they can have in the sector about sustainability and circular economy things, the legislation that will come in the next future, and the directives from the European Commission and all these things, and a list of different opportunities that they can follow or they can consider if they decide to develop a roadmap for the transition towards a circular economy. These opportunities are, so with this tool, we are trying to analyze all the activities and operations around a company. So we are giving opportunities related to the business model definition, to the strategy definition, marketing activities, innovation activities. This is one part, so business model and strategy. The second part is about opportunities about life cycle management, giving opportunities from the supply chain development, the materials they are purchasing, the management of the operation processes, the energy, the water, and other resources they are using, the waste management systems they have. And finally, the third part is related to infrastructures and people. We are trying to cover in this part how they are managing their infrastructures. I mean, it's electricity, buildings, offices, cooling systems, and one important thing is we give them opportunities related to training people, so to gaining skills and to mobility of the people when they are commuting. So with this tool, they have this automatic report where they can have this bunch of opportunities as well. And after this exercise, we make a contrast session of 1 hour more or less, trying to help them to identify, okay, you have this bunch of 20 opportunities, and 3 opportunities are about the business model definition, and these other opportunities are around the life cycle management of your product or services. And we help them to identify which is the most important things, and let's say try to prioritize the things they can work on from now on. And finally, if the company is interested on going on, well, we'll work with them, trying to help them to develop this roadmap for the green transition. And what you can see a screen capture of the tool, where it's a very easy questionnaire. We are not asking for numbers, but it is more or less qualitative information. And I said before, they can complete the complete questionnaire in 1 hour, more or less. So we are making some questions in different areas. Like, for example, one of the main areas I mentioned before is strategy and business model. Sorry, it's in Catalan. And within any of these main areas, we have some questions in some sub areas, like strategy, business model, corporate social responsibility, certifications and authorizations, and you can follow the questionnaire like this. So, well, I wanted to be quick, and I just wanted to share with you our findings and an experience working with the SMEs, helping them for the green transition. But the idea of this is like they have a diagnosis in order to see what are the things they can do and what are the things that they are coming that could affect them positively or negatively, in order to develop a roadmap for adapting themselves to the new economy model. And one important thing here is that most of them, they need, of course, new skills in all of the areas I commented, like to adapt the strategy and business model to sustainability, to adapt the design and development processes for the products and services to sustainability and circular economy, and to adapt the way they're managing their infrastructures and how they can design the training plans or career plans for their people oriented to this, in order to be competitive, because one the main thing is to be competitive, right? So that's all from my side by now. So thank you very much. I hope it was interesting. So open to your questions and comments.